Guardians of the Galaxy was a circus. And I love the circus. Okay, so for the very first time I saw a trailer from this, I had no idea what Guardians of the Galaxy was. I was not familiar with it, okay? And when I saw the first trailer, I just looked at it like, what the crap is this? I mean, you've got a raccoon and a tree thing and a big bulking guy and then like the heartthrob, I guess, of the film. And I'm just like, what? And then they had to have like the best soundtrack to go along with it, and honestly it was the music that brought me in. There's nothing that a good 70s or 80s song can't make better. I loved how they worked this in. And it wasn't even just working random songs in there. These songs were not only integral to the story, but also to the character and who he was. That was genius! Once it started though, I didn't know if I was supposed to take this movie serious or not, because it goes from one like really sad, depressing moment to like something that's hilariously random and funny, and that was how the entire movie was. It went from one extreme to the other, and you just didn't know where you were supposed to be, but you loved every minute of it. The story itself was really simple. Honestly, it was the characters that made you forget there even was a story. I mean, they were hilarious for one reason. You just loved their banter and the complete dysfunctionality. I mean, here's the greatest thing about these characters is they were both likable and believable. I liked them all. They were all really great. It's hard for me to pick one, though I do have my favorite that I'll do in a spoiler video later on. But I believed every single one of them wanted to kill every other one of them. That's awesome. Now, like I said, I didn't know if I should take this seriously or not going into it because it was just so back and forth. But then toward the end, as it gets getting more climactic and everything, there's this part where you're like, oh, this guy means business. Yeah, he does. Okay. I left the theater just so happy. I mean, so many moments of comedic genius were in this, and I loved it. I loved this movie. I mean, it was just so quirky. It was just so different, especially if you compare it to like the last Marvel movie that I looked at. This one, I mean, the entire thing was just a back and forth of funny gags and funny, awesome, it was great. And I'm sure in a lot of ways that might make some people kind of nervous to going in, like, oh, is this just gonna be like a crazy, like, you know, slapstick comedy, the whole thing? And yeah, there's a lot of that. But the story itself, it worked. It works. It's so good. I can't wait for the next installment of this franchise. I mean, I really can't, because they make you fall in love with these characters, and then you know going into it, I mean, especially after Avengers 1, that they're going to be throwing all of these movies together into the same universe, because, you know, Marvel is its own universe. I mean, just the fact that they're doing this whole process has taken over 15 years from Iron Man 1 up until now. I mean, and it's just going to keep going. I mean, we have another Avengers, we have another Guardians of the Galaxy is going to come out in there. Every one of these movies is just going to keep going, and they're just going to keep accepting our money because we're going to throw it at them because Marvel's awesome. Alright, just so you guys know, the best part of my screening was the fact that I love the fact that they've trained us so well that nobody gets up and nobody leaves until every credit has gone. And then in this one, everyone was the audible, what? There's nothing at the end? Now they did have something toward the beginning of the end, but not at the end of the credits, and so everybody was just really upset with that. So yeah, you don't need to stay for the telltale end of this. The funny extra part comes right at the beginning of the credits. So, just so you know. Unless you want to stick around and hear everybody else moan and groan like I did, pretty funny. Okay, everybody, like this video below if you plan on seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, and then make a comment below. I want to know if you could combine any two Disney movies or universes together, which ones would they be? And I'm not talking Frozen, Rapunzel, because that one's kind of already there. But any of the other ones would be fine. Just let's get creative here. Alright, after you do all that, I want you to go up and click this box right here. That's going to take you to the Rotoscopers website where you're going to hear all the news and reviews of the animation world. You'll also get a full written review about this movie as well. And then you can also subscribe and check out this other movie right here. Alright, until next time, my name is Chelsea Robson, and you're watching the Rotoscopers YouTube.